Hello again. Well, as you've been hearing, very stormy conditions as we go through the next 24 hours or so. We do have various weather warnings in force across the country. So some heavy rain expected, especially across more northern parts here. There is the risk of up to 100 millimetres of rainfall during this period, and it will be rather windy across the south too. Wind gusts here up to around 70, possibly even 80 miles per hour. It's all down to this storm Tyne moving its way northwards as we go through tonight and into tomorrow. You can see a very messy and unsettled scene across the UK. Spells of rain, and you can see by the squeezing those isobars just how windy it is going to be for some. Now for tonight, still a few clear skies around at the moment, but all the while this system will be tracking its way towards us, bringing spells of rain on and off as we go through tonight, heavy and persistent in places, falling on already saturated ground. There is the risk of some further issues with flooding in places too, and it will be windy, as I said there, especially across more southern parts, temperatures between 6 and 9 degrees. So a really unsettled start to the day tomorrow morning. Could be a tricky rush hour for some, with outbreaks of heavy rain in places and these strong gusty winds, especially across most southern coastal parts of the country. Highs there anywhere between 8 and 11 degrees. Now eventually that system is going to pull out of the way, taking the bulk of that bad weather with it, which means for Friday, for many of us, a good deal of dry and bright weather across the country. But at this stage it looks like it will turn fairly unsettled again as we approach the weekend. Bye bye. Hello again. Well, as you've been hearing, very unsettled and stormy conditions as we go through the next 24 hours or so. We do have that Met Office warning in force. It's valid from Thursday morning, as we're going to see some heavy downpours of rain, especially across the higher ground and the Cheviots, falling on already saturated ground. There is the risk of further issues with flooding. Do be aware of that. And it's all down to this here. Storm Tyne will be tracking northwards as we go through tonight and into tomorrow. You can see across the UK a very unsettled scene out there, spells of rain at times, and you can see by the squeeze and the isobars too, it's going to be very windy, especially the further south. Now for the rest of tonight, well, to start with, it's a mixture of showers and clear skies, a few pockets of mist and fog out there, but then overnight this rain starts to push its way northwards, and by the end of the night it's going to be a lot of rainfall across many parts of the region. And that's how we start things on Thursday morning. So a tricky rush hour for some, spells of rain on and off as we go through Thursday, some heavy in places. As I say, there is the risk of some further issues with flooding out there, and quite breezy, although the wind's not as strong as what we're expecting across the south of the UK, but still a grotty old picture out there with highs generally around 10 or 11 degrees. And you can see it stays unsettled as we go through Thursday night and into Friday. That low pressure never too far away, so it could be a bit of a wet start to the day on Friday morning, but it should start to improve. So by the afternoon, if things go to plan, brighter conditions by the end of the day, but then once again it's looking a little bit more unsettled as we move into the weekend. Do take care. Bye bye.